911, there's your emergency. One. Oh. What's going on there? You saying something on fire? What's happening? What's going on there? What is the address? Okay. Okay, I can't understand what you're saying. You're saying something's on fire? Okay, what do you need an ambulance for?
What you just heard is the very first seconds of the 911 call that came in after the shooting at 55 Oakview Drive in North Little Rock, Arkansas. You can hear the panic. People are screaming, crying, and begging for help. You're watching Arkansas Dark Side, True Crime TV. Viewer discretion is advised. And don't forget to subscribe to our sister channel, Street Mothers Podcast, where you can hear raw interviews and real stories. In fact, this case that we're breaking down today, his mother did an interview on Street Mothers Podcast, and that's how we ended up doing this case breakdown. So if you haven't saw that interview, please head over there to their channel and watch that interview first before watching this one so you can follow what's going on. Now let's continue with the 911 call.
Mike got shot?
Yeah, somebody got shot with a gun. One time. Please send an ambulance right now.
Okay, where's the person with the gun?
He's in the house. Can you please send an ambulance, please? No,
How many people got shot?
God, I need to go in the family. Can you please do somebody? Come on, can you please send an ambulance? We have to die.
How many people have been shot?
Can you please? Look, I just thought 7218.
Where's the person with the gun?
He's gone. I need the fucking ambulance. Jesus. The person it was a misunderstanding. The person that shot me still in the house. It was a misunderstanding. Please, somebody. Oh my God.
Ambulance service. Address, please.
The transfer.
Mims, what's the address again? Okay, so what's the phone number you're calling? Okay, ma'am, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so the person that got shot had shot a gun in the house full of kids, and somebody and my brother is ready to shot him.
Okay, he was shot? Okay, ma'am, but listen, they're on their way. I need you to listen, okay? He was shot?
No, I need the fucking other one.
Listen, okay? Are you there with him right now?
Stay calm.
Ma'am, are you Ma'am, listen to me. Are you there with him right now?
Yes.
Okay, listen. Okay, how old is he?
Man, where's the shooter?
Ma'am, I need you to tell me, how old is he? Ma'am, is he awake and breathing? Ma'am, is he awake and breathing? Okay. Okay, listen, they're already on their way, okay? I need you to talk to me. When did this happen? Yeah, when did this happen? They're already on their way. I need you to answer the questions. When did this happen? Ma'am. 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 Ma'am, the ambulance is on their way. I need you to talk to me, okay? Ma'am, where is he shot at? In his back? Okay. They're on their way. I need you to listen, okay? Does anybody there have a blood clot in his head?
Don't blow no eye. Don't let him blow his eye.
Okay, ma'am.
Stop blowing him. Stop. Hey,
Ma'am, they're on their way. Does anybody there have a blood? Ma'am. Ma'am, I need you to listen. Does anybody? Ma'am. Ma'am. Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Ma'am, are you there?
Okay, North Little Rock, we're holding back.
Okay, officer just got on scene.
Okay, all right.
Now at this point, you hear total chaos from caller 1. Now let's see what caller 2 has to say.
Number 1, what's the address of your emergency?
Ma'am, I'm calling about the house on the corner of Oakview. Y'all been there several times. About 5 gunshots just went out inside the house and they're screaming. So I don't know if somebody just got shot in there.
Do you know the address?
I don't know the address. It's the if you coming off of Ken Robinson and you turn on Oakview, it is the house on the right. It's the one that y'all always come to the house because for domestic dispute.
Okay.
It's on the corner. Okay, thanks.
That was the 911 call placed from inside the house at 55 Oakview Drive moments after the shooting. And the other caller, well, let's just say it's always someone watching, even when you don't realize it. But while all of that was happening inside the house, dispatch was already sending officers to the scene.
Baker 26, 930. 4100, my father. 10-4. It's going to be an aggravated 926, possible gunshot victim.
1796.
10-4.
Baker 41 around. Baker 41 96.
10-4.
Out of 2196. Yeah.
10-4. Units responded to a few. We don't have any suspect descriptions. We're still public service trying to get more information, but they're not answering questions.
Baker 21 97.
10-4.
Baker 32 or something. Baker 21. We've got topics.
Baker 21, you advise you do have a victim?
10-4.
10-4.
1 male 1015. We got a gunshot wound. It's chest. Baker 32. You can go ahead and send it. Medical.
10-4.
Get some more units for crowd control.
Within minutes, officers arrived at 55 Oakview Drive. And the scene was so chaotic that extra officers had to be called in for crowd control. Based on reports in the case file, this is what you don't hear in dispatch audio that you are currently listening to. As officers approached the residence, multiple people were inside. They began giving loud commands for everyone to come out with their hands up. And that is when this happened. One male spoke up and he said he was the one who shot him. Officers immediately placed him into handcuffs and secured him at the scene. Inside the house, officers found the young man lying on the floor near the back part of the residence, close to the sliding door. He had been shot multiple times.
Charles 22. We got 3 hits going. We're about 50 from camp. 21. Tourniquet applied to the right arm. 197. 21. It looks like we got gunshot wound to the right arm. So that's up. It looks like we got a couple stab wounds on the stomach and the chest. 17 on 97. Baker 32 units without being about the children inside the hospital.
41, we're gonna have to move some of these cars and get medical in.
Adam 4, fires coming up 48 to camp. Yeah, clear path for him.
Adam 45, CPR in progress.
Adam 45, 10-9.
CPR in progress.
10-4.
Baker 32, RV 215, subject.
Adam 17 to Baker 3. We're gonna keep him in the room until they finish working on him.
Officers began emergency medical aid immediately. A tourniquet was placed over his arm. Chest seals was placed over multiple gunshot wounds. They were doing everything they could to keep him alive. Despite his injuries, he was still conscious. He was alert, trying to speak. And according to officers, he kept saying he didn't want to die. Officers documented multiple gunshot wounds, including injuries to his arm, wrist, chest, and back. There were also additional injuries, including cuts that appeared to be stab wounds. Now, this is important. Early on in the dispatch call, you can hear officers saying that Keyshawn appeared to have stab wounds to his stomach area. Now I had to pause for a moment because I knew I wasn't tripping when I heard that. I went back and I grabbed the autopsy report and I was able to confirm that that was not true. Now, at some point while officers were treating him, he went into cardiac arrest. North Little Rock Fire and MEMS arrived on scene and they took over medical care. He was transported to UAMS Hospital to receive treatment.
10-4.
20 Shelby falling down to the hospital.
Charles 22 to. Okay, they're going to UAMS.
While Keyshawn was en route to the hospital, inside officers began identifying evidence. They located multiple shell casings inside the home. At least 5 were found in the living room area, but there was something inside this house that made the situation even more serious. Officers located children inside the residence. They were escorted out safely, and investigators continued to process the scene. Later, they described the home as being in a complete disarray. Furniture overturned, blood on the floors, and a sign of struggle throughout the house.
F4.
Oh, and I got to play on here. Figuratively, what kind of animal is it?
It looks like a kid. It's not aggressive. It just needs to be contained while we're in this house.
There were 2 handguns located inside the home. Additional ammunition was also recovered. And at this point, officers had the shooter in custody, a victim fighting for his life, and multiple people that witnessed what happened.
Timber. Baker 26. Baker 26. 10-14 with 1 adult female, 2 juvenile children, 96 to the DO. Timber.
Adam 41.
Adam 41.
41 will be 10-14, 1 female to Just Center, start mode 773.
Baker 21, 10-14 with 1 adult female to 1019.
2151.
Start mileage 103098.
Timber.
Adam 4197 into mileage 777.
Baker 36.
Baker 32.
Show me 1014 back to the 50. Turn miles be 879.
10-4. 0-100.
536.
536.
Be 1014 with 1 adult female from 1019. Mileage 918.
10-4. 114.
Witnesses were taken to North Little Rock Police Department for interviews. But what those witnesses would say happened next changes everything. But we have to remember, because this adds to context, everyone inside the house, except a few friends, were some kin to each other. In part 2, you'll start hearing directly from those witnesses, including the 2 main people involved with Keyshawn's murder, his girlfriend, and her brother, the shooter himself. We'll also hear from the others inside the home, including the friend who was with the girlfriend when she went to the store to buy mace before she returned. This case has a lot of twists and turns, and it creates more questions than it does answers. Arkansas Darkside is on one mission with this case breakdown, and upon the request of his family, that is to bring them the truth and what is actually in the case file. During the interview with his mother on Street Mothers podcast, she said something to me that stood out. She said her son wasn't perfect, but he was hers, and as a mother, I felt that. She wants closure, and what closure looks like to her is to know what happened to her son. I specifically asked her during the interview, would she be okay if it doesn't swing in their direction? But what she told me was, she's just searching for the truth. Now let's talk about what the autopsy report actually shows, because this will clear up a lot of questions. According to the medical examiner, Keyshawn Franklin suffered from 6 gunshot wounds, with multiple bullet wounds traveling through his body, some even exiting and re-entering in different areas. These weren't surface level injuries. We're talking damage to major organs, his liver, his lungs, intestines, even his kidney. One of the bullets was still inside his body and had to be recovered during the autopsy. Now here's something important. As mentioned earlier, there were no mention of any stab wounds in this report. None. Everything documented points strictly to gunshot injuries. So if you've heard anything about stabbing or certain wounds that may look like punctures in photos, just understand, gunshot entry wounds can appear small and misleading, especially at first glance. Now, another detail, his hands were actually bagged for testing, and swabs were taken. That means investigators were checking for things like gunpowder residue to determine if he had fired a weapon or if he was near one when it discharged. But those results, they wouldn't appear in this report. That comes from the crime lab. And we are currently waiting on records. And as for the mace that was mentioned earlier, that's not unusual to see missing here either. Autopsy reports focus on physical injuries and cause of death, not temporary exposures like pepper spray. At the end of the day, the official ruling is clear. Cause of death, multiple gunshot wounds. Manner of death, homicide. Stay tuned for part 2. This is Arkansas Darkside, True Crime TV. Thank you for watching, and y'all stay safe out there and be blessed.